Jai Shri Mataji, everyone. Welcome to today's session. Let's put our hands towards Shri Mataji and sit for a few minutes in silence. Let's collectively bow down to Shri Mataji and take a bandhan. Let's put our attention on Muladhara and let's take the mantra of Shri Gauri Ganesh. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Gauri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namah. Let's say in our hearts, Shri Mataji, please make me innocent. Shri Mataji, please bless me with the complete surrender and divine wisdom of Shri Ganesha. Let's bring our attention up our spinal cord from the base of the spine to the top of the head. Let us feel the surrendering. Let us surrender to Shri Mataji. Shri Mataji, I surrender all my thoughts to you. Shri Mataji, I surrender myself completely at your lotus feet. Let's feel the surrendering in our hearts. Shri Mataji, please make me worthy of you. Shri Mataji, please take me into meditation. with our right palm pointing towards touching the floor. Let's read Ganesh Atharva Shirша.
रक्तपुष्पैः सुपूजितं भक्तानुकम्पिनं देवं जगत्कारणम् अच्युतम् आविर्भूतं च सृष्टयादो प्रकृते पुरुषात् परम् एवं ध्यायति यो नित्यं सह योगी योगिनां वरः नमो व्रातपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्ते अस्तु लम्बोदराय एकदन्ताय विघ्ननाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीवरदामूर्तये नमो नमः साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
We'll work on our left and the right channels. So our right palm stays on the floor towards the ground. Here we'll take the mantra of Shri Mahakali Bhairava. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Mahakali Shri Bhairava Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Shri Mataji, please take away all the fatigue inside us, all the lethargy, all our guilty feelings, all our negative emotions. Shri Mataji, please purify my desires. Place our palm back on our lap. We'll work on our right channel, left palm towards the sky. He will take the mantra of Shri Mahasaraswati, Shri Hanumana. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Mahasaraswati Shri Hanumana Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. Shri Mataji, please take away all the overactivity inside us, please take away all our thoughts bombarding our mind, all our anger, all our frustrations and worries about the future. Shri Mataji, please purify my actions. Place both the palms back on the lap. So we listen to Shrimataji's talk, 1980, Subtlety.
Nature. To understand the value of Sahaja, to hold to the values of Sahaja and to retain it in this fragmented world. The world is fragmented and everybody is acting towards one's own destruction. All the values which people follow are gross values. Most of the values are absolutely gross. So for Sahaja Yoga, we have to have people who are trying to justify their subtleties. Such subtler people have always been little different from the mundane crowd. And these people always express themselves in such a manner that their existence itself suggests that they are trying to cement the whole world. Sort of you can feel that आ जाऊंगी कहना आप खाना खा लीजिए आ जाऊंगी मैं और आप खाना खा लीजिए वही खाना खा लीजिए those who can feel that there is an element within us which makes us laugh at the stupidity of others who may appear to themselves very seriously doing certain things, but to us it seems as if it's rather stupid to waste their lives. This is a caliber of different people. First, these people with that caliber and that dynamism within them will be settled in Sahaja Yoga, not the ordinary gross type. But because our doors are open to everyone, because there is no charge or anything for anything, all sorts of people come in. And when they come in, they don't know what they want. Out of them, some could be the grossest of all. Some might be just walking in to take out some things, just to steal something, possibly. I have seen all kinds of people coming to Sahaja. Such people, when they find that there's something available, they come in and go away. Another kind, maybe, which is coming here, is the one which is extremely gross, thank you. But they can think that he can make some liaison work here. By having connections with different people, he can exploit it and make some money out of it. So money-mindedness is a very gross thing. Is a very gross thing. If people are money-minded, then Sahaja Yoga doesn't work out well with them. If you always think about money, of your insurance, about how the carpet is spoiled, this has happened, that happened, such people are very difficult. But lower than these are the people who come here to have some sort of an exploitation out of Sahaja. Such gross people also come in. And when they find that they cannot work out their plans, they get out of it. Now the third type of people who come here, they come for some material gain from Sahaja. Maybe physical gain also. Like somebody is sick, so they come for their sickness. A very gross way of looking at things is to come to Sahaja for getting cured. So when they get cured, they disappear. Quite stupid, isn't it? Then some people come with the idea that maybe with mother's blessings our financial problems may be solved. Only with that idea. Then they also get their financial problems solved and they get out. But some of them do not. Some of them cannot manage what they want to have. Then they get upset. Now the best caliber of the subtlest form is that which is just seeking Sahaja, which is just seeking union with God, nothing else. That's the best caliber. That caliber works hard. It has very concentrated effort. It understands Sahaja very quick. Only thing is that because of Western habit of thinking, some of the people, though they have a caliber, circulate around themselves. They go on thinking about it, discussing about it, arguing about it, and then they become stationed at a point. Otherwise, it goes little round and round itself. They have a caliber, they have a height. They definitely have. As we call, they have that weight. They can feel their element. But still they go on as a habit, you see, because they are used to it, they go on encircling round and round and round. They have to steady themselves. But the caliber of a person who just wants to be, to become, can never be deterred by anything. Because he is subtle in a way. In his lifetime he feels the subtleties of the unconscious. He has felt his archetype images of these deities. He has known them. He had these eruptions within him. He identifies and he recognizes the subtleties that he has felt, and he tallies them with Sahaja. And Sahaja gets him like that. Now these subtleties which I am describing to you come to you not through your mental effort of this lifetime, but comes to you from the experiences of many lives you have gone through. And as soon as you come near Sahaja, you start sucking. That is the best caliber. But because the door is open ajar, the grossest of gross also can come in. But sometimes they come this way and go back the same way. Some of them, they come halfway and rush back. Some of them come inside and get out from the other side. But those who stay are the people who are subtler by nature. It is a very subtle happening. If you have lost your subtleties, say some people, as I said, even doing hard work with your fingers, you become insensitive, even physical disrespect to your fingers. You become little bit insensitive. Even when you get your realization, you may not feel the vibrations that good. But that is not so important. Of course, vibrations you must feel for realization. But maybe due to some external reasons also, or maybe due to some physical problem, you may get a situation where you may not feel the vibration so much. But doubts would not rise in your minds because there are no vibrations. You would just think that yes, the vibrations are not there, I must get my Vishuddhi Chakra all right. But it is there. And even if the doubts come in, A subtle person will fight it, will argue it out. But a gross person won't. The subtle person is a brave man. And his bravery comes from his built-in capacity of those subtleties. He does not succumb to doubts. He does seize it, he fights it. He does not succumb to it. But Sahaja Yoga is such a wonderful thing. Even those people who sometimes looked very gross suddenly came out with such beautiful manifestation of subtleties that it is surprising. But that is exceptional. The mind and the human brain is subtle on certain points and gross on some points. It's most surprising. Maybe background, maybe the... Can you take her that at the back? Because, that's disturbing now. Just now take her at the back. All right? Good. Just give her a seat to sit down, all right? Sorry. Then I'm going to take you in my lap. Huh? She's very unhappy to leave the place. Let her. It's a very subtle subject, isn't it? Please pay attention. If a genius is created, or we can say I call it a prodigy, but I would call it a genius. There's a difference between a prodigy and a genius. Prodigy is a person who, for a short time of their lifespan, suddenly become very talented. And after some time the talent goes away. And a prodigious person may be mentally absolutely very, very low, very low. So it is done by some sort of a spirit possession. But a person who is a genius is a person who has those sensitivities. The mind which is covered with thoughts, which is thickened, which is gross, can be thinned out at certain points and could be very sensitive to certain points. For example, some people could be very sensitive to music. Some could be to art. Some could be to human beings. Some could be to other things which might make them something rare people. Subtler things which creates your personality always indicate in your being that there is something of the beyond which is throwing some images within you. Such people are conscious of them, that there are some images which are throwing these subtle ideas within you. They are erupting some new commotion within you, And once you start feeling them, you are compelled to put them down somewhere. That's how the poets are created, musicians are created, great masters are created. Now the fashioning of these subtle ideas is another job. But the beauty of these subtle ideas is this, that they are universal in nature. If they were not, they would not be so much appealing to everyone. So there is something universal in those. And that universality, when manifested or fashioned into some expression, then it is absorbed universally. Now it depends on the person how much he is closer to those images and to the image of a spirit. If such a person is a realized soul, then the expression is heaven. The fashioning of those expressions, of course, is determined by the surroundings, the different atmosphere, the traditions and all that in which the people have lived. That is the fashioning part of it. But the universal essence of everything, that element which is universal, is manifested in a particular fashion. The more a person is nearer to his self, even the fashioning is very universal in nature. Then such a person doesn't try to be molded by traditions so much. But the traditions which have come through meditativeness or through realized souls definitely give him a better chance of expression. So the fashioning also evolves gradually in every country, in every place, till it reaches the point where people start understanding them in meditation. Now there are two types of fashioning. One is the fashioning that comes from outside, the another from inside. The fashioning that comes from inside could be the teachings of the great masters who are realized souls, and your own understanding of the work of these great masters. The another style could be that you see what people have been producing, all of them, and you gather out of that and fashion your manifestation accordingly. In the second type of thing, they may be realized, they may not be realized. Now when we go to Sahaja, even a person who is not a genius, who has never been a genius, who had no idea of any special expression in life, can get realization, and of the highest type. Maybe much more than a genius, because genius might have become a genius by now. You see, his ego must have bloated out, he might be a genius instead of a genius. But a Sahajogi, when he gets his realization is a sign not of his subtleties, but of his kundalini, in what condition she is. If the kundalini is absolutely frozen, that means a person has no desire to have realization. He is coming to Sahaj Yoga to make some money out of it, or to make some name out of it, or to be, he could be a burglar coming as Sahaj Yogi to burgle away, say, my shoes. Such a person can be very difficult for realization. But maybe with some people who have some basic problems also, can have their kundalini completely frozen out. But people of very ordinary appearances, of very ordinary life, could be very subtle, much more than all these geniuses and geniuses put together, because they can feel their self. Such people do not cheat themselves or others, no question. Their whole attitude towards Sahaj Yoga is like a person who is dying and gasping for air. They are just struggling to get the truth. They have no other interest in life but to get to the truth. Such people could be very strong-headed, could be very different from normal. They may think many things stupid. Even, you see, just to have a wife and children and family is quite stupid, isn't it? That's not the end of life. It's quite a stupid thing to do. I don't say that you give up that, but it's not the end of life. It's all right, it's a part of it. We are not to be lost in it. We believe that marriage is important. We believe that in the marriage, husband-wife should be very much understanding each other. There should be love between the two. There should be enjoyment, so that the children also feel the security of the family, so the society improves. All this is all right. But that's not the end of it. In India, you'll find many families like that, where a husband and wife are carrying on nicely, children are nice, their money is in the bank. When they die, the money goes to the children. When the children are married nicely, then they have their children, money goes to the bank. When they die, the money goes to them. Goes on day in and day out. Nothing, it's so mundane. That doesn't mean I believe in divorces. Of course, that's something nonsensical. But to be married means just you have entered into life. At least you should enter into life. That is important as far as entering is concerned. Basic. But that is just the basic. That's not the end of life. If you are a subtler person, you will not think what is your advantage monetarily, or what you are doing, what is the thing, what gain you have got. Of course you will see that as yoga is established, your kshema will be established, your well-being will be established. You will see that clearly. It is to be seen, to be thankful. And the kshema is all right because you should not have worry of Kshema. But you should have free time to devote yourself to meditation and to Sahaja, so that you don't have too much worry. That's how the Kshema comes in. But when the Kshema comes in also, one may start going into the same circle of greediness, having more and more money, more and more this, better clothes, better house, how to get this. This circle may start. There's no end to it. So you have to cut it down. I'm not saying that you just have one dress and all your life you end up with one dress. It doesn't mean that. Because if I say anything, people will shoot off to the other end. I'm trying to keep it in the center. That not too much attention will be required on one side or on the other, of indulgences or of asceticism. None of these. You are not to announce anything, or neither you have to indulge into anything. But feel your subtleties. Feed them. Nourish them. Look after them. You should be proud of your subtleties. That you have these subtler values while others don't have. And that itself will be so self-sustaining that you can withhold all those values that you get from your subtleties against the whole world. Because the world is so fragmented, so cut off, that everybody feels lonely. But that does not by any chance means you should be arrogant to others, you should be fighting with others. No. But in darkness, a light shines. The whole is darkness. If the light accepts the darkness, then it becomes darkness. So the light must accept that I am the light and I am the path and should stand up. Does not in any way means any arrogance to others, any showing off to others, but it is the light. And the light by itself emits. When this happens to you, you will not hate yourself first of all, but you will love and respect yourself. And respect the virtues in you and not your grossness. Kundalini itself makes you subtler and subtler. But if you are a stone, what can Kundalini do? Now it is for you to see where you are stone. There should be a lot of heart search. The greatest stone age is nowadays. Heart is like a stone. Doesn't move. When talking to others, it doesn't move. It has no ripple in it. There's no joy in it. It's like a stone sitting there to hit everyone. See, anybody sees you, oh Baba, he's coming, go from the other road. Woo, that fellow with a stone heart. And you feel you are all right, you are a very good person because you are stone-hearted. You think you can dominate the whole world because you are stone-hearted. You can give psychological treatments to others, keep quiet, don't talk to anyone, shout at others, do whatever you please, because you have a stone heart. Nothing happens to a stone there. Now this stone-heartedness is the sign that you should not be anymore in Sahaja. You must have a heart as your mother has. pulsating with love, with compassion, with joy, with happiness, with giving. That should be the attitude. Not rationality, nothing. It's just a feeling. Feeling for the pains of others, feeling for their longings, and feeling for their aspirations. Just feel them with yourself. Is their desire to be the whole, to be the ocean itself. We should not have our ideals among ourselves. Like she does this, so why should I do? He does this, so why should I do? It's very mediocre. It's a very low-grade business. To see others, to worry about others, to talk about others, is extremely low-grade. A person who is of a caliber has his standards so much higher that he cannot compare with himself with others. It's really true. Say, if I start comparing myself with you, what will be my position? I can't do it, see. Then you would say, it's all right for you, mother. It's perfect, I agree. It's all right for me as I am. But you can be like me also. But if I start comparing and thinking, oh God, what is this? Then I should give up doing anything, thinking, where have I come? But when you know that you are not comparing, you are just giving. Question of comparison should not arise at all. At all. It's just feeling. I just feel. In the same way you feel each other. Not in an artificial, courteous way. Some people think that if they have given their seat to someone, they have been really the generous people, the greatest generous people. Just be yourself now. Let's see. Just be yourself, and that you are the light. What is the comparison? The comparison exists when our caliber is low. If it is 24 karat gold, what is the comparison? It's absolute. If you are at an absolute point, there's no comparison. So try to see that your caliber is that you are of that caliber. And don't worry about gross people. Gross are gross, will remain gross. You just don't worry about them. You keep your caliber all right. And that is what is the most essential part of Sahaja. Thank you very much.
Let's bring our attention on the Navi chakra. Say Shri Mataji, by your grace, I am a peaceful, satisfied, and a generous person. Keeping our attention on the Nabhi chakra, we'll take the mantra of Shri Lakshmi, Shri Vishnu.
Lakshmi Vishnu Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha
Shri Lakshmi Narayanam.
Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Lakshmi Narayana Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha.
Shri Lakshmi Narayanam Shri Lakshmi Narayanam Sakshat
Lakshmi Vishnu Lakshmi Vishnu Lakshmi Vishnu
Narayanam 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 Narayanam
Shri Lakshmi Vishnu Lakshmi Vishnu
Lakshmi Vishnu Lakshmi Vishnu
Lakshmi Vishnu Lakshmi Vishnu
Lakshmi Vishnu Lakshmi Vishnu
Lakshmi Vishnu Lakshmi Vishnu Sakshat
Shri
Dhanvantari Dhanvantari Dhanvantari
Lakshmi Vishnu Shri Lakshmi Vishnu Lakshmi Vishnu 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 Sakshat Vishnu Sakshat Shri Shakti Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ji Shri Nirmala Nirmala
We'll take the 21 names of Sri Vishnu. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Vishnu Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namah. Shri Keshava. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Keshava Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namah. Shri Narayana. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Narayana Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namah. Shri Madhava. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Madhava Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namah. Shri Govinda. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Govinda Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namah. Shri Vishnave. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Vishnave Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namah. Madhusudana without Shri. Om Tvameva Sakshat Madhusudana Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namah. Shri Trivikrama. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Trivikrama Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namah. Shri Vamana. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Vamana Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namah. Shri Siddhara. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Siddharaya Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namah. Shri Rukeshekesha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Rikeshika Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namah. Shri Sankarasya. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Sankarashana Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namah. Shri Vasudeva. Om Sakshat Shri Vasudeva Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namah. Shri Pradumna. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Pradna Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namah. Shri Aniruddha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Aniruddha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ji Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namah. Shri Purushottama. Om त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री पुरुषोत्तमा साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देवै नमो नमः। श्री अधोक्षजा ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री अधोक्षजा साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री नरसिम्हा ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री नरसिम्हा साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री अच्युता ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री अच्युत्या साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री जनार्दन ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री जनार्दन साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री पद्मनाभ ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री पद्मनाभा साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति श्री माता जी श्री निर्मला देवै नमो नमः। श्री दामोदरा ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री दामोदरा साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देवै नमो नमः। साक्षात श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। Take the last Mahamantra. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasra Swamini Moksha Pradayini Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namah. Shri Nirmala Devai Namo Namah. Now we can collectively bow down to Shri Mataji and put ourselves in bandhan. Jai Shri Mataji.